Straight ahead on WBKB News at 11. NOAA hosted a workshop for those interested in making their area a marine sanctuary. Plus, people from all over the United States gathered in Posen for the annual Potato Fest. And a guest chef made an appearance at the farmers market this weekend. We'll have those stories along with your local weather and sports. The news that affects you starts now.
From Rogers City to Tawas City and all points in between, this is Northeast Michigan's award-winning news team. Your source for news, weather, and sports. We are WBKB News at 11.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Michelle McConaughey. The Alpena Farmers Market had a special guest chef show locals how to make healthy meals. Chef Tom Marsico had his table set up right at the entrance to the market this weekend. Using only homegrown organic vegetables, he demonstrated just how easy it is to throw together a healthy meal. He used a variety of veggies, including peppers, onions, and tomatoes, to construct a yummy pasta salad.
By eating a lot of fresh like this, your metabolism rate is higher. Therefore, it helps you lose weight. And so that is another reason why you want to eat a lot of very fresh vegetables.
Chef Marsico says there are many reasons to eat fresh vegetables, including fresh taste, the nutrient value, and it's also healthy. The NOAA hosted representatives from all over the United States this weekend. A workshop was put together for many different communities all over the U.S. to learn about the benefits of having a marine sanctuary in their home state. NOAA is a special organization in Michigan that deals with Thunder Bay and educates people on why it is so important to treasure their sanctuary. It is important to increase public awareness and make known the benefits and resources it has to offer. Tom Malata, mayor of Port Washington, Wisconsin, also expressed his excitement for this project. He stated how important preservation and conservation were and took a great interest in possibly teaming up with NOAA to make his hometown's dream of having a marine sanctuary come true. And a hot air balloon festival happened this Saturday at the Iosco County Fairgrounds. Activities at the fair included a 10K run, an antique and collectible sale, a car show, as well as food vendors and a children's bounce house. There was also a balloon release ceremony where guests had the opportunity to release a balloon in memory or honor of a loved one. The hot air balloon flights took place at sunrise and sunset.
I think it's nice when people can get together and, you never know who you're going to run into. It's a great opportunity to meet new people within your community, make friends, and I think that just brings the community closer, and the closer a community is, the better we all do.
This Saturday marked the 5th annual year of the Hot Air Balloon Festival, which happens every September. And the annual Potato Festival in Posen is happening this weekend with people from all over the United States visiting. The festival had many events going on, including a 5K run and walk, small flea market selling various things such as clothes and jewelry, a polka dance, and a bump and run. Many coming from across the states even camped out in their RVs on the site for a fee of $30.
It's our one time to showcase our town. We open it up and everybody comes from all over. I talked to people today from Florida, first time they've ever been here, and they came up just for the Potato Festival, which was kind of neat.
Randy also stated that tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. they will be hosting a tribute to all armed service personnel in the Polka Hall. He asked that all veterans from the area join and get recognized for everything that they've done for our country. And coming up next on WBKB News at 11, people in Kalamazoo are cleaning up after a storm downed trees in their area. Plus, Apple is getting ready to hold its product launch on Tuesday. Stay tuned. Welcome back. In state news, hundreds of people in Kalamazoo had a scare after a storm caused trees to collapse all around their houses.
It came almost without warning.
We seen it was getting dark, and I said, get the kids back in the house.
Good thing they did, because minutes later,
The lights went off, then it started raining really hard.
most people were thinking the same thing.
Tornado hit the basement.
That is still up in the air. The damage is all around.
The wind started blowing really hard, and then all I saw was trees falling.
We heard a big bang, couple of bangs, and
It was just like, boom. My daughter said, Mama, the tree fell.
went outside a couple of minutes later and saw the trees down.
Some people discovered the storm spared their property.
That one's mine.
Helen Word found all of her family's cars under a sea of trees.
That one's my granddaughter's.
Since no one's hurt, she's able to have a sense of humor about it.
I don't know. I told her, I said, I hope the insurance company don't cancel my insurance.
In your Money Watch, all eyes will turn to Apple this week. On Tuesday, the tech giant will hold its much-anticipated product launch at its Cupertino headquarters. The company is widely rumored to debut an iPhone 6 and a smartwatch at the invite-only event. Atlantic City may finally be getting a lucky break. The newly closed Showboat Casino is one of 3 sites a Florida developer is considering for an as-yet undisclosed $20 million project. The Showboat is one of 4 Atlantic City casinos to close this year. And after launching a waffle taco earlier this year, Taco Bell is now test driving a breakfast taco biscuit in California. It's shaped like a taco shell and comes with a crispy chicken and counter gravy or jalapeno honey sauce, as well as less exotic fillings like bacon, egg, and cheese. And if you're heading to the pump, GasBuddy.com has AAA of Michigan helped us out find out the highest and lowest gas prices locally across the state. The lowest price for gas in Alpena is coming in at $3.66 at Admiral Station, and the highest is $3.69 at Shell. Across the state, the lowest price at the pump is $3.64 in Southgate, and the highest price is coming in at $4.15 in Copper Harbor. There's still much more to come on WBKB News at 11. Jessica Starbird will be in with a look at sports, and I'll be right back with your weather forecast. Stay tuned. It's supposed to be country.
Weather's black again.
Oh.
Click the remote. Nothing.
Well, good thing I wrote it down.
One minute. Click again. Yeah, it's not moving.
That's weird.
Keep going. 30. Keep going. Again. Oh, wait. Awesome. Just go. Can you go the other way? It's too late now. Just keep going the way you're going. Stand by. One
Good.
more.
Thanks for joining us. It is now time for a look at your weather. And today's high was 72 degrees with a low of 53 degrees. So, you know, wasn't too hot today, not too chilly, not too hot. It was kind of the perfect day. There was a record of 94 degrees back in 1947. Woo, what a scorcher. And 30 degrees back in 1938. Thank God it was not 30 degrees today. Sunrise was at 7:02 a.m. and sunset was at 8:02 p.m. And taking a look at your week to come, Monday should look sunny with a high of 72, as well as Tuesday, the same thing. Wednesday might get a little stormy with a high of 70 and a low of 57. Thursday and Friday also look to be the same, with some showers possible, highs of 65 and 60 and lows of 50 and 45. For your current conditions right now, it is 58 degrees outside with humidity at 74%. It's a little humid out there, so you might not need that sweater. Winds at northwest of 6 miles an hour with a dew point of 50, but your real feel is 56 degrees. And taking a look at your current radar, there looks to be no showers anywhere near us, which is very good. You know, a little break from last week with all that rain. And for tonight, you can expect a couple clouds, 58 degrees with north wind at 8 miles an hour. So, you know, might need a sweater, might not, depending on how you feel. For tomorrow, we can expect mainly sunny skies, 72 degrees with southwest winds at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Another nice one for tomorrow. And for tomorrow night, you can expect mostly clear skies, 53 degrees with south winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And now it is time for today's photo of the day. Today's photo was sent in by Gail Baller of Alpena. Gail sent in this beautiful picture of the 9 a.m. shipwreck tour today at the freighter coming into port. It is just so lovely with those clear blue skies. Thank you so much, Gail, for sending us this photo. And if you have a photo you would like to send us, email it along with a short description to news@wbkb11.com. And in your Health Watch, a new Stanford University study of nearly 200,000 women with breast cancer found patients treated with a lumpectomy and radiation survive as long as patients who had a double mastectomy. A growing number of women chose to have a double mastectomy when diagnosed with cancer in one breast. Doctors say the study shows it may not be necessary to undergo the invasive surgery, which may also involve reconstruction. And the FDA has approved a new drug for patients with advanced melanoma, the most dangerous type of skin cancer. The drug Promalizumab targets a protein that keeps immune systems from attacking cancer. About a third of the patients in the drug study saw that the tumor shrank more than 30%, and the tumors did not grow back. And CVS has officially extinguished cigarettes, cigars, and all tobacco products at its 7,700 locations, nearly a month ahead of the schedule as well. The nation's second largest drugstore released a study from Boston and San Francisco where pharmacies are not allowed to sell tobacco. It shows a 13% drop in tobacco product sales after the bans took effect. Customers will now see products to help them kick the habit behind the counter. And in your national news, a search is underway off Jamaica's northeast coast for a private plane that crashed in the ocean on Friday. The plane was carrying a Rochester, New York couple who apparently lost consciousness in the air. Wendy Gillette has more from New York.
Search teams are scouring the water off of Jamaica's northeast coast looking for wreckage of the small private plane that crashed Friday. So far, they found an oil slick and some floating debris. The single-engine turboprop carrying Larry and Jane Glazer took off from Rochester, New York at 8:45 Friday morning. Investigators believe Larry was at the controls. He radioed a problem to air traffic controllers around 10 a.m.
Descent down to about 180. We have an indication it's not correct in the plane.
Air traffic told the pilot to descend to a lower altitude. Shortly after that, the plane went silent. U.S. Air Defense scrambled fighter jets to shadow the unresponsive plane. They saw the windshield had frosted over and the pilot was slumped over the controls, conditions consistent with oxygen deprivation.
Breathing, I can see his chest rising and falling. It may be a deal where, depending on how fast they descend, he may regain consciousness once the aircraft starts descending.
The plane flew in and out of Cuban airspace before it ran out of fuel and crashed Friday afternoon. The Glazers were well known in Rochester. Larry was a real estate developer and Jane an entrepreneur. The couple's 3 children released a statement that says they are devastated by the tragic and sudden loss of their parents. Wendy Gillette for CBS News, New York.
This is the second time in a week that a small private plane crashed in the ocean after its pilots became unresponsive. The first plane went down last Saturday off the Virginia coast. The Air Safety Institute has issued a safety alert reminding pilots of all symptoms of oxygen deprivation. Sports is coming up next, but first Jessica Starbird is here with a preview of what's next. Jessica?
Michelle, it was a day full of volleyball over at Rogers City High School for many of our local teams. We will have all the highlights from the Rogers City Volleyball Tournament coming up next in sports. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Hollywood's A-listers and top musicians took over primetime Friday night to fight cancer. The Stand Up to Cancer fundraising special aired on all of the major networks, many cable outlets, and even streamed live online. Bagad Shaban has the details from Hollywood.
Celebrities use their star power to put a spotlight on cancer, the second leading cause of death among Americans.
I held the generous, strong, beautiful hand of my first wife, Cassie, as ovarian cancer took her life much too soon.
In an hour-long Stand Up to Cancer telethon, Hollywood A-listers, even Ron Burgundy, reached out to viewers across the U.S. and Canada for one purpose:
to turn every cancer patient into a survivor. Yes, it's a big dream. Huge, but we can achieve it if we just keep standing up to cancer.
This year's event is being held here in the heart of Hollywood at the Dolby Theater, home to the Oscars. The Stand Up to Cancer broadcast takes place every 2 years, making this the fourth fundraiser since its debut in 2008.
Journalist Katie Couric, who lost her husband and sister to cancer, hosted the Digital Lounge on Stage, where movie and TV stars took to social media to raise money for cancer research.
And I think nothing is more motivating than the desperation and powerlessness you feel when someone you love is sick and there's nothing that can be done.
Jennifer Hudson ended the show with her new remix song titled Remission. To date, Stand Up to Cancer has raised more than $261 million. Bagad Shaban, CBS News, Hollywood.
The money from Stand Up to Cancer has funded new research programs and clinical trials. 1 in every 4 deaths in the U.S. is due to cancer. Just this year, the American Cancer Society estimates nearly 1.7 million Americans were diagnosed with invasive cancer.
It's such a disease that, you know, everybody knows somebody with the disease. It really is so heartbreaking. So it's really heartwarming to see all these celebrities kind of use their platform for such a great cause and raising money.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better. So.
And remember, you can read more about our broadcast stories and get the scoop on other news items online.
Just visit WBKB11.com for sports, weather, and news updates anytime, day or night.
Or add us on Facebook at facebook.com/WBKBTV.
That will do it for tonight's show. Tomorrow, be sure to catch the 11 o'clock news with me and Jessica. Have a great night, everybody.